This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, a Dunedin man who helped the victim of an alleged king hit at a Dunedin petrol station says his family are praying for the victim's survival. Southland man Logan Wallace says his dream became a reality on Saturday night when he was named the FMG Young Farmer of the Year. And Dunedin's International Science Festival is in full swing just in time for the school holidays. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. A Dunedin man who helped the victim of an alleged king hit at a Dunedin petrol station says his family are praying for the victim's survival. The assailant remains at large from Saturday's incident. Police cordoned off the Forbury Road Mobile station following a serious assault. A witness told the Otago Daily Times his son noticed a man lying on the ground on the forecourt on Saturday night. The witness and another member of the public put the victim into the recovery position and says it appeared he'd been punched in the face before falling backwards and hitting his head on the ground. Detective Sergeant Nick Lee of Dunedin Police says the 43-year-old man is in a critical condition in Dunedin Hospital. Police officers from the Criminal Investigation Branch and forensic scientists from the Institute of Environmental Science and Research were at the scene on Sunday. Dunedin Police are looking for the person who stole a haul of clothes from a house in Brockville before dumping the lot in a nearby park. The incident happened sometime between Thursday and Sunday in Saunders Street. The house was secure, but someone broke in and stole a quantity of clothes and hats. After discovering the clothes were missing, the homeowner saw them at Brockville Park. Southland man Logan Wallace said his dream became a reality on Saturday night when he was named the FMG Young Farmer of the Year. After 2 days of intense physical and mental competition, the 28-year-old Waipahi sheep farmer came out on top. Sharon Rees reports.
The FMG Young Farmer of the Year contest tested every ounce of physical and mental ability for these young farmers. And when it was all done and dusted, it was Southland man Logan Wallace who came out on top. The 28-year-old sheep farmer, who was back working on his Waipahi farm today, said last week it had been his dream to take out the competition.
Oh, it'd be absolutely amazing to become the 50th grand finalist, as there's such a history of success from the grand finalists, and just to stand up and be recognised as one of them, and the opportunities it would open up to actually really promote agriculture.
He said he had the advantage of the competition being held in Southland, as the whole region had backed him to succeed.
There's a real big push and backing from the Southland region, and so many are behind me. From the young farmers side, it's really hard because so many are involved, so you can't talk to them, but the rest of it's absolutely great. Everyone goes out of their way to help you and do anything they could. Everyone gets in behind people and really throws their support at them, which is really cool, and that's one of the cool things about living down south.
Christchurch-based farmer Cameron Black took out second place of the competition, with third place going to Waikato dairy farmer Josh Cousins. Wallace said he will now use his title as the Young Farmer of the Year to promote the industry and to encourage the next generation of farmers to succeed. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
North Otago Golf Club members are angered by vandalism to their Oamaru course on Friday night. The damage happened after a four-wheel drive vehicle was driven over greens and fairways. Club Secretary Julia Knight says repairs will be more labour intensive rather than costly, but it should never have occurred. Damage included tyre tracks and donuts on the greens, broken flag sticks, plus a shed being completely knocked over. Dunedin's International Science Festival is in full swing just in time for the school holidays. A collection of local youngsters got shown an explosive time thanks to a visiting space expert.
Up, up and away. The principal mission systems engineer at Airbus in the UK, Sian Cleaver, is in Dunedin as part of the International Science Festival and spent much of the morning inspiring young minds. Cleaver says she's very impressed with these bottle rockets.
To say the bottle rockets I've seen here today are amazing. They've gone higher than I think I've ever seen. So these kids are incredible. They're all going to be future space engineers, I think.
She says what the kids are doing is actually rocket science, albeit at its most basic. And Cleaver is passionate about spreading the joy of science.
Because we have a real shortage of female engineers, certainly in the UK, and I imagine the same is true over here in New Zealand. And it's really we're missing out on a whole load of untapped talent there if we're excluding the girls. So my mission really is to try and inspire them and, make it known to them that careers in STEM are just as accessible to them as anyone else, and they can do just as well, if not better, than all the boys.
She says her pathway into science began very early in life and hasn't come back down to earth yet. And it wasn't until she entered the workforce that she noticed she was in a minority, one she hopes to correct.
About the age of about 4 or 5, I announced to my parents that I wanted to be an astronaut. We're not quite sure where I got that idea from, but nevertheless, that was what I decided I wanted to be. And my parents always kind of encouraged me, or at least they never discouraged me. When I was interested in astronomy, they got me a little toy telescope, and then I carried that on throughout my whole of my school education, really. It was only much later on, I think, when I entered the workforce that I started to see that I was working in a male-dominated industry. But again, it's never really bothered me. If anything, I think it's kind of worked in my favour in some instances because people always remember you.
Sian Cleaver is due to make a couple of more appearances at the Science Festival. Her talk on space, To Infinity and Beyond, is sold out. But there are still spaces available for a Pizza plus Q&A event. Science Festival organisers say many of this year's events are nearly fully subscribed. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today, Dunedin's art lovers are in for a real treat, and fans of model railway let off steam in Ashburton, so stay with us.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
It's Alice Campbell Menswear's knitwear clearance. Buy one, save 25%. Buy two or more, save 33%. That's a third. Lots of New Zealand made and imported quality garments. Wool mix, pure wool, 100% merino, merino cashmere, merino possum, heavy work fisher knits, V-neck, crew neck, quarter zip, button collar, full zip, plain stripes, argyles, ferrules, self patterns, you name it, even some ladies' colours. Knitwear clearance. Buy one, save 25%. Buy two or more, save 33% on all of them. Alex Campbell Menswear's 3 stores.
Stay warm this winter with Alistair McCann's Wood and Coal door-to-door delivery. You don't have to lift a finger. Call Alistair to order today on 454 3592.
With over 230 events, the International Science Festival is taking over Dunedin from the 6th to the 15th of July. For more info, go to scifest.org.nz. Locally owned and operated Roslyn Mowers and Heating are warming up for winter with a range of Massport wood fires. For obligation-free installation quotes, sales, building consent assistance, and after-sales service and parts. That's Roslyn Mowers and Heating.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Oakley's Bathroom Solutions is locally owned and operated and is a name that has become synonymous with bathroom excellence. Exclusive to Oakley South Island, Danish design Vola, the modern day tap, remains a desirable choice. For over 140 years, the team at Oakley's has provided the highest quality bathroom products and plumbing supplies. For intelligent advice and smart service, come talk to the team or visit oakleysplumbing.co.nz.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garradoors.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Being a big softie takes training. I've gone to great lengths to become even softer while still being strong and reliable. The new me is bigger and softer than ever.
Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust.
Welcome back. A new exhibition has opened in Dunedin's Moray Place that simulates images that are created by the eye itself. It is a photography with a difference.
Andrew Ginther's new show at the Eskdale Art Gallery is different from his usual photography in that it doesn't involve a camera. It's called Exaltation Eye, and Ginther is trying to capture what he calls entoptic phenomena.
Very simply, it's the things that you see in your eye that actually aren't generated out of your brain, which is other stuff. It's actually the stuff that's generated within the eyeball itself. So things like floaters, and when you press down on your eye, you get that strange phenomenon.
Those kinds of images can't actually be captured using photography, so he had to simulate them. He did this by placing a variety of materials on a flatbed scanner,
which really limits my options, which is quite exciting because I have to be really creative about how I can use it. So and that one there was created on the scanner. That's actually a tomato.
He got the idea after attending a talk on the topic of early cave paintings. One theory suggested that Paleolithic art resembles entoptic phenomena and may have been based on them.
So that leads to all sorts of really interesting theories about maybe the shamans were hallucinating all this stuff and they went down deep into the caves and started imagining stuff and drew that.
Ginther has won several high-profile photography awards in New Zealand. He plans to re-exhibit this work in Wellington later this year. In Dunedin, The South Today.
Fans of model railways were in for a treat in Ashburton over the weekend with the annual Trains on the Plains show. The event was held in the Tynwald Memorial Hall and featured numerous working layouts to entertain the spectators.
Model trains of all shapes and sizes were on display at Ashburton's annual show at the Tynwald Memorial Hall over the weekend. The two-day event provides an opportunity for people to exhibit their collections as well as traders to buy and sell model railway paraphernalia. Co-organiser Lorraine Oakley says the event attracts people from all around the South Island.
This year we've got about 13 layouts, all sorts of gauges, and people come from all over the South Island with their layouts. It's a great social event. We go out for a meal this evening as well, socially, and do the Sunday. So by the end of Sunday, hopefully the traders have had good sales, and yeah, we've had plenty of people through the door.
Graham Reid travelled down from Christchurch with just 13 from his collection of 80 Lego-based train sets, showing the public what was possible with Lego.
I love bringing down to Ashburton and showing people what you can do and how it all fits together and what a display you can make.
The exhibition left several hundred model train enthusiasts well entertained over the 2 days. In Ashburton, for The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, Inland Revenue and Ministry of Business and Enterprise workers walk off the job as part of a nationwide strike, and hundreds gather in Invercargill to welcome the Māori New Year.
Locally owned and operated Roslyn Mowers and Heating are warming up for winter with a range of mass-bought wood fires for obligation-free installation quotes, sales, building consent assistance, and after-sales service and parts. That's Roslyn Mowers and Heating.
helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Have you got time and skills to share? Find out what time banking is July 7th at 1:30 at the St Peter's Church Hall in Caversham. Oakley's Bathroom Solutions is locally owned and operated and is a name that has become synonymous with bathroom excellence. Exclusive to Oakley South Island, Danish design Vola, the modern day tap, remains a desirable choice. For over 140 years, the team at Oakley's has provided the highest quality bathroom products and plumbing supplies. For intelligent advice and smart service, come talk to the team or visit oakleysplumbing.co.nz.
It's Alice Campbell Menswear's knitwear clearance. Buy one, save 25%. Buy two or more, save 33%. That's a third. Lots of New Zealand made and imported quality garments. Wool mix, pure wool, 100% merino, merino cashmere, merino possum, heavy work fisher knits, V-neck, crew neck, quarter zip, button collar, full zip, plain stripes, argyles, ferrules, self patterns, you name it, even some ladies' colours. Knitwear clearance. Buy one, save 25%. Buy two or more, save 33% on all of them. Alex Campbell Menswear's, 3 stores.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
With over 230 events, the International Science Festival is taking over Dunedin from the 6th to the 15th of July. For more info, go to scifest.org.nz.
Step into Shop on Carol and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
Stay warm this winter with Alistair McCann's Wood and Coal door-to-door delivery. You don't have to lift a finger. Call Alistair to order today on 454 3592.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Thanks for staying with us. Inland Revenue and Ministry of Business and Enterprise workers who are members of the PSA walked off the job at 1 p.m. this afternoon. These staff members of Dunedin's Inland Revenue Department marched from their office on Princes Street through to the Octagon. The members say they're having to do more tasks without a pay increase and voted to strike. Marchers ended up at Dunedin's PSA office where they held a rally and heard a stirring speech from PSA organiser Keith McFadgen. The members returned to work at 3 p.m. Hundreds gathered in Invercargill at the weekend to celebrate the rising of the Matariki Star Cluster and to bring in the Māori New Year. Invercargill's second annual Matariki Festival saw Southlanders embracing Māori culture while celebrating the unique holiday.
The Invercargill CBD was awash with colour and culture on Saturday as Southlanders celebrated the Māori New Year. The Matariki Festival was held to highlight the significance of the time of year in Māori culture and to offer a more fitting time for Kiwis to celebrate a new year.
We're celebrating Ngātamariki because it is our indigenous culture. It's actually what we should be celebrating because it's what the Maoris have celebrated for ages. Because we're in New Zealand, we don't really get to do all those Western things. So to have a New Year's in January doesn't make sense to us because it's light till 11 o'clock at night. And so this gives us an opportunity to really play on our winter and, you know, really bring the community together.
While live music set an upbeat mood for the day and games kept even the youngest festival goers entertained, a variety of workshops were also held throughout the day to embrace the culture behind the festival.
We have weaving, we've got traditional Maori carving, and then we also have 2 kabahaka groups performing. And also our craft market is very much about Matariki because it's about having that tradition and skill, and it's about sharing community.
The celebration also gave people a chance to experience the culture firsthand and better understand the meaning behind Matariki.
The reason I love this is people get to experience a lot of Maori culture and traditions that maybe they're too afraid to ask. So they get to come here and they can sit and chat to the weavers or watch the carving or see what's going on, and it gives them the opportunity to learn.
Organisers said the festival had grown in its second year as Southlanders continue to embrace the culture and history behind the festival. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Curlers took aim at securing a national title in Central Otago over the weekend. But it wasn't a normal competition, with talent scouts present to select a special team to play internationally.
3 women's and 6 men's teams competed in the New Zealand National Curling Championships in Naseby over the weekend. Organisers say that teams came from far and wide to take part.
So the teams that are playing here this weekend are all self-selected, so they put themselves together into teams. The players that come from Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, Dunedin and the Maniapoto.
The teams weren't only playing to win in their categories. They also needed to impress the selectors who were on site to build a New Zealand team for the Pacific Asia Curling Championships in November. Ford says everyone is in with a chance.
The best curlers from around the country, all pretty even. There's reps or former New Zealand reps in all of the teams, so anyone's game really.
The men's tournament was won by Sean Becker of Patearoa, Scott Becker of Christchurch, Warren Dobson of Ranfurly and Hamish Walker of Kyburn. The women's tournament was won by Bridget Becker, Natalie Thurlow and Abby Pyle, all of the Maniapoto, and Eloise Poynton of Wellington. In Naseby, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. A Dunedin man who helped the victim of an alleged king hit by a gang member at a Dunedin petrol station says his family are praying for the victim's survival. Southland man Logan Wallace said his dream became a reality on Saturday night when he was named the FMG Young Farmer of the Year. And a visiting space expert has inspired Dunedin youngsters towards a science career by blowing things up at the International Science Festival. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us in tomorrow's paper?
Good evening. Yeah, we've got more on this brutal attack at the Mobile Forbury at the weekend. Left a Dunedin man, of course, fighting for his life. We've spoken to the victim's daughter. She's talked about the shock the family has at the moment and how they're all sort of coming together to try and get through this difficult time. Described her father as a good man who really didn't deserve anything like this, so they're at a bit of a loss themselves. We've also spoken to a petrol tanker driver who was first on the scene. Said they saw a man lying on the forecourt, thought he was asleep initially and snoring, but when they got a bit closer they found he was just struggling to breathe, and from there obviously got emergency services involved and did what they could to try and help him out. Police inquiry is still continuing. Hopefully they're a bit further down the track in terms of who they're looking for and what they're after, so they still want to speak with people who are at the scene as well. So yeah, pretty nasty all round, and something would be nice to get resolved pretty quickly.
And something we don't want to see happening in Dunedin either, so
no,
hopefully
exactly.
they catch the person responsible soon.
We've also got a nice story featuring about 3 Otago hunters who are about to be exposed to potential 1 million viewers in Canada and US with their television show. It's called The Hunters Club, and Wanaka man Dan Curley, Dunedin man Sam Yule and Queenstown man Anto Hill are all involved in this. It's been picked up by Amazon Prime Video. which has 96 million households in the US which watch the show. They started this hunting show about 5 years ago, did a pilot for it and was picked up by Sky TV and has got really popular, and it's a sort of history from there on in really. It's not just about blood and guts, that obviously puts a lot of people off with the hunting aspect, but they focus on sustenance living and selective hunting, and they're pretty excited that the show's going there for them. The best part about it is of course that they get to do what they love and get paid for it at the same time, so that would be nice, wouldn't it?
And probably paid quite well now too.
Yeah, it will be. On our travel pages, we're heading to Rome with Dunedin travel writer Tony Nielsen, who's done a bit of a Euro road trip around Europe. And on the sporting front, Southern Steel, they're up tonight against the Waikato Magic, playing in Hamilton. A pretty important game for them, really. They're looking to try and clinch a place in the top 3 for the playoffs, and they've got not pretty handily placed at the moment, but this win will go a long way to ensuring they do. So we'll have full coverage of that match in tomorrow's paper.
Wonderful, so there's something for everyone in tomorrow's paper. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by MoMap.
Looking at the situation, the cold southwesterlies will ease tomorrow but then increase briefly on Wednesday with a period of wintry showers. The rest of the week should be fine and cold with good frosts inland. Looking at the southern towns, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden are in for strong southwesterlies, showers clearing with highs peaking at around 6 or 7. Westwards in the Central Lakes area, Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka can expect moderate southwesterlies, clear skies and highs around 7 or 8 degrees. Te Anau should brace for strong southwesterlies, showers clearing with a high of 6. Up to the northern towns, Oamaru and Timaru are in for moderate southwesterlies with some cloud and highs of 9 or 10. Inland, Marama and Twizel can expect moderate southwesterlies with clear skies and a high of 8. In Dunedin, the showers will start clearing tonight with gusty southwesterlies easing and an overnight low of 5. It will be fine tomorrow with sunny periods and scattered cloud and moderate to fresh cold southwesterly winds, a high of 8 and a low of 4. Cloud starts increasing on Wednesday and some showers developing later in the day with a strong cold southwesterly change, a high of 10 and a low of 5. And in Invercargill, brace yourselves for showers and gusty southwesterlies tonight with an overnight low of 4. Tomorrow sees showers clearing and some sunny periods developing during the afternoon with fresh to strong cold southwesterlies, a high of 8 and a low of 5. And squally showers with some hail are possible on Wednesday with strong and very cold southwesterlies, a high of 7 and a low of 3. And that's our news for this Monday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.